that insight on that topic. Thank you very much. Now we move on to our next news. Moving to Europe, the Czechs have begun the voting for the second round for the general elections, in which the party of self-described Trumpist billionaire Andrej is a front-runner, something that could weaken Prague's support for Ukraine and affect ties with the European Union. The ex-premiers expected to return to power could draw the Czech Republic is an ally of Ukraine, who is closer to EU mavericks Hungary and Slovakia, which have refused military aid to Ukraine and opposed sanctions on Russia. Babis is campaigning in the EU and NATO member of 11 million people on pledges of welfare and halting military aid to Ukraine. Some voters have reacted to the situation. Let's listen into what they have said.
Bylo to složité, protože volím úplně něco jiného, co předtím, ale myslím si, že jsem se rozhodla dobře.
Já doufám, že by se tam mohl dostat někdo, komu záleží na Česku, ale třeba i na našich spojencích. Doufám, že se tam dostanou nějaký demokraticky smýšlející strany a že se jim povede sestavit nějakou funkční vládu. Samozřejmě tí, co je teď, nějaké věci se i nepovedly, nejsem spokojený úplně se vším, ale věřím tomu, že kdyby se jim povedlo postavit novou vládu, takže se to posune dál a že to bude lepší, než kdyby jsme tam měli znova komunisty třeba.
Jsem taková trošku pesimistka, takže uvidím. No. Já jsem starší generace, tak už jsem toho hodně prožila, hodně vím, hodně mám z vlastních zkušeností, no tak jsem taková trošku, jako bych řekla, rozjařená z toho všeho. Takže uvidím.
No jsou to dost důležité volby, protože jde vlastně o demokracii, protože jsou tady hodně extremistických stran, které by se mohli dostat k moci, což je dost nebezpečný, tak je dost důležitý volit, protože patříme na západ a nechci, aby jsme směřovali na východ. Takže.
Pan Fiala mě přesvědčil v těch posledních debatách, pan Babiš mi tam přišel už takový unavený, nebyl tak aktivní a akční a silný v těch názorech a v tom přesvědčování, ne, že bych se rozhodoval jako mezi těma dvouma, ale vlastně doufám, že ten směr té republiky bude takový, jak je nastolený, to znamená nějaká kolektivní zodpovědnost, ať už vůči našemu státu nebo vůči tomu evropskému společenství.
Now we move on to Africa. Nigerian residents who had fled to neighboring Cameroon are now returning to the border town of Kirawa. Days after it was seized and damaged by Boko Haram fighters, the attack forced more than 5,000 people to cross into Cameroon in search of safety. Meanwhile, Boko Haram and its splinter group ISWAP have intensified their strikes in Borno State this year, targeting civilian security forces and entire communities in a conflict that has now been raging for 16 years. Residents say they have only begun to return after the intervention of state authorities. Many have also expressed gratitude to Cameroon for sheltering them, while also urging stronger security measures. Let's listen in.
nan wallahi ba dai zuwan gwamna ba ko a garin nan dukkan mun je Cameroon Allah ya saka wa mutanen Cameroon sun karbe mu da hannu biyu ba abin da zamu yi mu ce musu da a ce ba sa nan iri yawan da suka zo wallahi tallahi da aka kashe mu gaba ki daya
kai ba mu jari ba kuka muke ta yi ba dabarar mu sai dai mun barwa Allah kome shi Allah mana mu bukatan mu tsaro ne mu manoma ne mu masu kiwo ne mu masu noma ne abin da muke so a yi mana tsaro lafiyayye muna iya mu je gona mu je kasuwa mu kwana a gidajenmu lafiya lau yaran mu su yi makaranta.
The assault by Boko Haram fighters late Thursday forced Kirawa's district head to flee his palace, which was burned alongside a military barracks and dozens of homes. Boko Haram has claimed responsibility, releasing a video of its fighters torching the compound. This comes just weeks after a similar raid in the border town of Banki, where insurgents overran a military base, seized weapons and forced troops to withdraw. Following the assault, local leaders are now calling for urgent reinforcements and has warned that vigilance and residents have been left as the only line of defense after the multinational task force has pulled back. Now we go back to Europe. Schiphol Airport in Netherlands has issued a statement on its website saying that at least 80 incoming and more than 70 outgoing flights were cancelled as Storm Amy moved across the country. The Royal Netherlands Meteorological Institute issued a warning for Storm Amy for wind gusts reaching up to 90 kilometers per hour along the Dutch coast and up to 75 kilometers per hour in inland areas. Several other flights at Schiphol, which is one of Europe's busiest airports, experienced delays due to the severe weather. The majority of the cancelled flights were operated by KLM, Air France, KLM's Dutch arm, and which also warned on its website that further delays for cancellations could affect Sunday's flights as well as the storm continues. Now this is all we have time